Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, but you already know that because you're well aware of what is happening and when, right? Right. Today I'm going to be playing with the Cozzette Crystal Cream Shadow Collection. This is edition 2, and I thought I would get a start on this. I keep looking at it, and like I said, I had the first one, which came with neutral shades and colorful shades, and I don't want to end up having to declutter this because it smelled like an art project before I actually get to play with it. So today we are going to dive into this palette. I'm gonna give you some swatches just on my fingies, and then we're gonna pick a color. I have a feeling we're gonna play with the blue. Why? Because I don't wanna touch this yellow because yellow does me dirty every time. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with some fingy swatches. I got 4 good swatching fingers. We're gonna swatch 4, but we're gonna swatch all of them, okay? Get my wipe ready. Okay, so these are named, and I tell ya, I'm very dyslexic when it comes to this. Like, I never know which way it is, so I'm going to assume they're in order of the way, like if I looked at the palette and this was the shades, so Loved would actually be over here. So I'm gonna say that's how it goes. So we have Loved, Source, Ethereal, Angelic, Spirit, Opulent, Dreamer, and Inspired. All right, so I'm gonna start up top with the yellow, and then this beautiful teal, and that gorgeous purple, and this gorgeous pink. All right, so those are the first 4 shades. Focus on that, not on me. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we've got the pink, and what I think is red, what I guess is kind of orangey. I'm not quite sure. And then that gorgeous blue. The bottom ones feel real wet, like they felt moist. It felt like I was rubbing my finger on top of a freshly baked cupcake. Okay, so there we go. There, those are the shades. Those are the fingy swatches. All right. That's what we have. I'm gonna wipe my fingers off, and just looking at these, yeah, I think we're gonna play with that blue because look at her, beautiful. So from the original, from the first version of this palette, there was a dark green teal. I believe the color is called Zealous, and I am very, very tempted to repurchase that one as a single. Quite stainy. I'm very, very tempted to purchase that one as a single because it's not. I thought this green in here was going to be similar to that, but they're quite different. So we shall see, but probably not now. Wow, got some stainage going on. Anyways, moving on. So I'm going to go ahead and get a companion palette to go with this, and prime the eyeballs with Juvia's Place Eye Prime, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I took a little time because I wasn't sure I actually wanted to sit and play in the makeup, still in the mental trenches. But I decided to kind of test if I wanted to sit here and do this, to pull out my little eye tool, and I just mocked up a quick look with this product. So I'm going to try to do something similar to this. Just give you a quick little peek at that. All right, so I pulled out the Coffee Shop palette from Juvia's Place because it's just a really good nude, neutral, like skin tone shade palette for me. And I'm just gonna build up a really nice dark outer V. That's what I enjoy doing. And yeah, so I'm gonna just pop some music over this, let you watch because it's what I usually do. So enjoy. right, we are done with the blend part. So now going into this palette, I'm going to be using the shade Inspired, which is this beautiful blue. I'm going to use my finger. I've been finding that really, regardless of what shimmer I use, things go on better with your finger. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to try to keep this kind of in an angle. So up here, it can kind of go a little bit everywhere up into the bend of my eye so that you can still see it. But then I kind of want to take it down this way. I'm gonna put that on, blend it out with like kind of a concealer type brush, just so I don't start getting color where I don't want it. And I'm just tapping it in like that. And we can go back up and fix that with our blending shades. But I really just want to leave like this portion clear of this blue. So I'm going to take the edge of this brush and dip that in the product. And kind of like I'm trying to do a wing or like a liner. Just going to stay close to my lash line as I go further in, but I don't want to go all the way to the inner corner. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to just tap on a little bit more. So we get some nice opaque color. Very pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush, no added product on it, and I'm just gonna bump that up against this. There we go, so it's nice and soft. I'm gonna go back in with that lightish shade we used from Juvia's. Okay, I do want to reestablish my deepest shades. We're going to do that. Okay, so for the inner portion of the eye, because I don't want to just leave that bare, but I don't necessarily want to use another shimmer. Should we? No, I really want to keep that. I want the blue to be the star of the show. So I don't know, let's see what happens if I put, should I put the cream color? Let's see what happens if I put that cream color there. Oh, it's so bright. I don't know if that was the right move. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead, do the other eye, do my face, and come back for the lower lash line. Okay guys, so we're back. So I did actually go in for the inner portion of the eye and I applied the shade Dreamer because the cream shade that I used from the Juvia's Place palette, I don't know if it was just because it's matte or because it was like kind of an ashier color. It just didn't look right to me and I wanted to put something on there, but I didn't want it to take away from the blue. And I think this was the safest of the colors to apply there. And it's so ironic because in the original edition or the first edition, there were neutral shades like champagne, gold, like shades like that, and I never really used them, and this would have been a perfect time to use those, so whatever. But we have the eye done. I've got a blue brow and a warm brown brow, and I don't really know what I want to do for the lower lash line, so I'm just gonna whack on a deep color. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do the regular formation. So I do like to put that light shade on first and then do my deep color. So we're just gonna go in with this shade here on the almost the entirety of the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna smoke out a darker shade on the outer V. This color is very close to my skin tone, so it's not doing a ton, but that's okay. Yeah, today will be a one look day. I've had a headache since yesterday, and it's the kind of headache where you're like, do I have a headache? You don't know until it actually hurts pretty bad, and then you're like, oh yeah, my head really fucking hurts. Excuse me, I swear, I'm sorry. But then when it dulls down, you're like, do I have a headache? Then you like move your head wrong, or like me, you sneeze a bajillion times. I don't like spring because my allergies already, just like I woke up knowing my allergies was gonna be on 10. So today is gonna be a one look day. I'm probably gonna maybe attempt to do some other videos with this look, but then I'm gonna take this off and lay down until I go to sleep because it's my weekend to work. So but yeah, there we go. I think that's all I'm going to do with matte shades. This part looks a little out of hand here. And then I might just do some talking videos. Okay. There we go, I like that. So for the inner portion, I think we should stick to the blue. Should we? I'm hot. Oh God, I'm hot. Okay. I think we should stick to the blue. So, but I kind of don't wanna. I kind of feel like well, let's just do it. But I feel like if I put blue down there, it's gonna like really close things off. So let's put just a touch of blue and then that pink towards the inner. I'm gonna use a smaller brush. This little Ulta. I think this was like a smudgy brush or something. And pop this one right here. Yeah. Okay, and then just gonna clean that off a little bit. And then of course, the lighter shade, we're gonna use this one. Looks a little bit like Sunset from LA Colors, or LA Girl. You know, I love that. All right, I'm going to go ahead, pop on some liner. I don't know what color. We're gonna put some liner on in the waterline, no liner on the lid, mascara, a lip, and we will close out this video. All right, we are all finished. Get closer to you. I went ahead and used my favorite green eyeliner, which is from NYX. I don't even think they make this type, but not this color anymore. I don't think. Tropical Green, the Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, definitely the long name one. So I popped that in the waterline. I don't typically like to use black. I think there's a time and a place, but it felt kind of like it would really work well with that blue. And I just went in with a Juvia's Place Trio, Sheba, Self Love, and Nubian Nude gloss for the lip. I wanted to keep it quite neutral so that we weren't dealing with too much warmth on the lip to play off this eye. While the inner shade is quite warm, you know, it's blue. So we want to keep it kind of cool, neutral. And that is the finished look. I do like it. Today I am using the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. Like I said in a previous video, I pulled out about 3 foundations that I want to pan in the next coming months, and I'm working through this one. It's not my favorite foundation. It was a bit streaky today, and I don't know if that's a mixture of my skin really needing some TLC, the brush that I used, or just using too much product. Because sometimes if you just use too much, it's streaky because there's a lot of product and none of it, or not all of it, gets to sit down. But that is the look. That is the eye. We're rocking a blue brow and a brown brow. And yeah, so it's the first look. Technically the second, technically the third, but we're gonna say the first look with the little crystal creams. I really like this palette. It's odd though, like I said, when I had the original, I didn't use it to its, I didn't use it the way that I should have, or I didn't use it before I had to declutter it. And I was like, I don't really like these neutrals. I'm not gonna use those. And now I'm just like, oh, I kind of would have used those neutrals. But I still think this came out really nice. It's a really, really pretty look. I love the blue. I think the thing that does give me pause about this is it feels like every time I use it, I'm gonna have a really big, bold, punchy eye. And I want to try to get this to be a little subdued, like to be bright and pretty, but not so out there where it looks like I'm going to a midnight gala every single time I pull it out. I wanna use this on an everyday basis, you know? I'm thinking this will definitely be really fun to use if I wanted to do like liner style eyeshadow, stuff like that. But I just wanted to bring back this shape. I did a video a long time ago. I don't think I actually posted it. I do that a lot, but I had done this shape and I was like, I like that. So I'm sorry guys, like always, I'm getting super tired as I sit here and record. I am not going to play in the makeups anymore today. It's very rare for me. Usually on my weekends, especially when my husband and my son are not in the house and it's super quiet, that's when I want to get all of my recording done. But I'm just going to clean up, and I think I'm gonna just clean up, make myself a pizza, and watch some This Is Us until I fall asleep, because it is 12:30. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get an early start on relaxing, and hopefully I will play in the makeups tomorrow, come to you with some good content. Until then guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of you. That's all I'm gonna say. Take care of you. Whatever that looks like, however that looks, no matter what it is that you need, do what's best for you. You cannot pour into anyone else until you pour into yourself. So keep remembering that. I'm gonna keep reminding myself of that. It's so hard to do. But yeah, take care and drink some water, take your vitamins. I will see you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. But until then guys, bye.